People bonjour! Alright. So. This is a live stream. I bet you didn't know about that, huh? Alright. So, let's load. I'm picking the next activity, whatever it is. Tech showcase. Yay, my favorite thing. My brother said he was going to sleep through whatever I would do. He didn't sleep at all last night. I'm kind of still scared to wake him up. He said I could stream all night if I wanted. I might use it as an opportunity to do another thing, though. I'm going to stream for a reasonable amount of time, but maybe I'll do another thing after that little thing. Just a little bit of a thing. Anyway, tech showcase. My eyes are drawn to a large, oddly shaped building at the center of the map. It's clearly the biggest attraction in the park. What exactly do they have at this tech expo? You mean, what don't they have? You can pretty much find every Lemniscate device on display there, even their new tech that hasn't been released yet. Considering the building size, I can see how they can accommodate it all. Oh boy. It says here they're holding some kind of lottery drawing for... Wait, what? I double checked to see whether I read that correctly. Surely they don't mean what I'm thinking, do they? What? Why would they giving that away at a drawing? I'm puzzled as well. Someone mind explaining what this thing is? Oh, it's just an acronym for Wall Electric Energy Director. It's a new Lemniscate cell phone that can run on power from a wall socket even without a battery. Why would you do that? What? I don't get it. Like, you have to keep your phone plugged in. Then it's not a cell phone anymore. It's just a landline. I don't get it. That sounds like an underwhelming feature to be so hyped about. We should go. This is an opportunity to introduce you to the world of technology, Yama. I feel like you just want to go for this thing. Not at all. I only suggest this for your sake. If you stay ignorant about today's technological innovations, well, you're no better than a Neanderthal. Well, they did invent the wheel, so it's not like they weren't smart. In response to my sarcasm, Misaki looks at me dead in the eye. It's the same glare she used to give me before she dragged me somewhere against my will. Ugh. We're going. And just as I predicted, she takes a hold of my arm, pulling me towards the direction of the expo. What about the others? Oh, I'm sure they'll follow. No need to worry about them. Once we dart into the building, I immediately notice the area is way too crowded for my liking. A stream of people push their way through the check-in lines, eager to receive admission. The scene is reminiscent of a herd of wildebeests flocking a water hole. I don't even know what that is. Oh my. What? Couldn't see on my face like, what the heck am I looking at? mm. I glance back to check on our group, but they're nowhere in sight. I think we've lost the others. What is wrong with this girl? Good! With them gone, we have a better chance at winning the lottery drawing. I don't know if you've noticed, Mickey, but the odds aren't exactly in our favor. You must first play the game to win the game, Yama. That sounds like something a gambling addict would say. Ignoring my comment, she quickly takes her place in line. I'm a little surprised she doesn't force her way to the front. Luckily, it isn't long before we're called next. The attendant prompts us to hold out our wrists, giving us a pair of metallic wristbands. Imprinted on them are a set of numbers, which I presume are for the drawing. I take another hesitant glance around before entering the expo. There are way too many people here. Do you want to hold hands? What? Why? Well, to prevent us from being separated, why else? Oh, Without waiting for an answer, Misaki intertwines her slender fingers around mine and quickly leads me through the crowds. This feels familiar. Her firm grip, her brisk pace, her resolve despite my hesitation. After all these years, Misaki hasn't changed at all, has she? She's still the same zealous girl who would drag me everywhere she went. A sense of nostalgia causes me to grin. Honestly, I've missed this. Misaki suddenly stops dead in her tracks, breaking me from my reminiscence. This looks interesting. She stands before a large rack displaying an array of peculiar-looking goggles. There's an exaggerated curve to their lenses, making them appear bulky. After examining them for a moment, Misaki grabs a pair and tries them on. They practically cover half of her face. I'm barely able to stifle a snort. What is it? See for yourself. She removes our goggles and slips them onto my face. They feel awkwardly large. I must look equally as ridiculous. There are 3 video monitors displayed inside of the goggles lenses, giving me a panoramic view of my surroundings. I feel Misaki's hand brush against my cheek as she adjusts something on the side of the goggles. As she does so, the camera zooms in and out of focus. called dragonfly lenses. They're sort of like panoramic binoculars. They're kind of impractical to wear though. I remove the goggles and hand them back to her. She twirls them between her fingers, inspecting them closely. Maybe they were built to be sturdy? I guess that makes sense. Then let's try it out, shall we? What are you saying? Are you trying to just break them? No, don't do that. What the heck? She really did that. Misaki, what the heck? Girl. Misaki draws back her arm and suddenly hurls them on the ground. Thankfully, they don't seem to break, but I can't help gasp in surprise. What the heck do you think you're doing? I just wanted to see if they were sturdy, duh. You didn't have to smash them on the ground, Miki. What if they had broke? Then we would have been in deep trouble, wouldn't we? Girl, what the heck is this response? I take it back. She's clearly the villain. She is the villain. I'm sure she's the criminal. She was all along. The crimes start as she comes back in town. She seems to be the one that Yama is interested in the most. So clearly, it won't go well. She wants, she needs stuff. She has a hard life. She had a hard life, so now she's kind of messed up. I don't know. This girl, I swear she does these kinds of things just to mess with me. Before I can express my annoyance, a nearby commotion grabs my attention. I wonder what that's about. With mouths agape, a group of people are fixated on a large object hovering a few meters above their heads. It zigzags haphazardly in the air as it comes dangerously close from colliding into them. From where I'm standing, it almost looks like a drone. Watch out! Okay. In one swift motion, the drone changes its course and flies straight towards us. I'm barely able to push Misaki out of the way as it spirals into the display rack. Shards of metal and glass of the drone slide across the floor, but the goggles remain relatively undamaged. It seems they are pretty sturdy. Are you two alright? I don't know who's talking to. As Misaki and I regain our composure, a woman jogs over. Judging by her uniform, she must be one of the attendants running the expo. Yeah, we're fine, I think. I look over at Misaki, and she nods her head in confirmation. The woman breathes a sigh of relief at this, bowing her head apologetically. I'm terribly sorry. We were performing a demonstration and The the drone stopped responding to our remote commands. A demonstration? Oh yes, would you like to visit our booth? The least I can do is give you a demonstration of our tech. I'm not sure how that would compensate for almost hurting us with one of your drones. Of course! Misaki, however, doesn't seem to mind. Wonderful. If you two would please follow me, I'll show you the way. After navigating our way past the crowds, we come to a stop at a large military-themed booth. It's impressive, to say the least. There are a number of electronics scattered, my gosh, scattered about. My reading is so bad. But I haven't a clue what any of them are supposed to be. It's almost like someone just dumped a pile of scrapped parts together and claimed it was a state-of-the-art equipment. Or maybe I really am an Erendittle who doesn't understand technology. Maybe. Meh. The attendant places the drone, or rather what's left of it, on the counter. She takes a moment to examine the inside of the machine. With a solemn expression, she mumbles something under her breath. The Icaris are definitely not going to like this. Did I just hear her say the Icaris? Excuse me, do you mind telling us about them? About who? The Icaris. Oh! They're part of the Lemniscate Board of Directors. Yet this expo is sponsored by them. Believe it or not. Wait, the Board of Directors of Lemniscate? If Yahiko is actually related to them, then why aren't most people aware of it? Unless they don't share a lot about their personal lives with the public, that seems pretty plausible actually. Are you two ready to see something interesting? Before I can think more on it, the attendant props a large tablet on the counter for us to see. She expertly swipes her palm across its surface, resulting in an assortment of colored patterns to dance across the screen. The patterns gradually warp into a digital face of a man. Misaki gapes at it admiringly. This is Max. Say hello, Max. Hello, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I don't want any more male voices. Contrast to his appearance, the inflection of Max's voice sounds very human-like. It's almost a bit disconcerting, coming from something that looks so artificial. Max is one of our newly developed AI programs. This game's a bit old now. They're like, oh my gosh, artificial intelligence. It's kind of too much everywhere now. AI as an artificial intelligence? Correct? While we've made some advancement in the last few years, we're only scratching the surface of what's possible with AI technology. Yeah, really? Oh no. Max is a product of that research so far. Misaki's eyes brighten in excitement as she examines the machine, I can't speak sometimes, more closely. What was he created for exactly? He'll serve as an automated assistant for law enforcement in the future. An assistant? That look on her face with a little droplet of sweat. Max collects massive amounts of data from various sources and uses the information to determine suspected criminals. He would then relay his findings to the user in charge and suggest what action they should take based on the situation. But isn't it possible for him to mistake someone for being a criminal? Highly improbable. If anything, Max would be more efficient than humans. His judgment wouldn't be clouded by emotion. I see. Curious, Misaki reaches out to touch the monitor. Forgive me for asking, but may I ask your name? Startled by the machine's sudden inquiry, Misaki jumps back, holding tightly onto my shoulder. Cute. Cute, 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 cute. Okay. Huh? Oh, it's Misaki Kazehaya. And how shall I address your partner? He directs his question at me. We're not partners. It is nice to meet you, we're not partners. Is he purposely being sarcastic? Are machines even capable of doing that? I don't think so. Thank you for your cooperation. I have stored your names for future reference. Forgive me, but I must shut down in order to perform necessary system updates. Right, I need to update my phone, I forgot. That's not the time now, though. Oh, of course. Have a good rest then, Max. The attendant promptly shuts off his power and carefully places him back behind the counter. When she pops back up, she beckons us over towards the corner where a large telescopic device sits by itself. This is a laser microphone. While they're used for surveillance, I sometimes use them to eavesdrop on my coworkers. Don't tell them. She conspicuously winks at Misaki as she hands her the headphones. The attendant then aims the microphone towards one of the other booths. The device uses a laser beam that detects sound vibration in distant objects. It then interprets that data through the headphones, allowing the person to hear conversation that would otherwise be inaudible from a far distance. Can you hear it? Voices! Mm-hmm. Can you hear what they're saying? Okay. Misaki suddenly removes the headphones and quickly hands them back to the attendant, her cheeks flushing a bright red. What did you hear? Nothing. Let's try something else. That sure doesn't sound like nothing. If I say it's nothing, okay? Thankfully for her, the building's PA system crackles to life. We are now announcing the winning numbers for the lottery drawing. If you have the number 1623, please report to the front desk. Thank you. Immediately, Misaki eagerly checks her wristband. Looks like you were right. You didn't win. No, I wasn't even close. For a moment, she looks like she's about to cry, but then throws her hands up in exasperation. This sucks! This letter must be rigged! I don't think they would do that, Miki. And I was so excited to win the thing! Uh-oh. As if remembering something, she turns to me with a scary gleam in her eyes. Let me get your digits! Sure, but I doubt I won either. Regardless, Misaki quickly pulls up my sleeve. I don't believe it! You actually won! Wait, really? Let us make haste! We haven't a moment to spare! And just like that, she begins putting me to the front desk. I'm barely able to give the attendant a slight wave as we speed off. After one of the staff confirms my numbers, they hand me a small box. On it, Lemniscate's infamous company logo decorates its cover. Honestly, it's not like I really need another phone. My current one works just fine, so this model would likely just collect dust somewhere in my apartment. I hand Misaki the box. She can't seem to decide whether she should immediately tear it open or show some restraint. Are you sure you want to give this to me? These models are expensive, you know. Isn't that why you brought me here? Well, partly. But that wasn't the only reason. I just wanted to spend some time with you, you know, since we haven't talked much lately. Besides, it's not like I'm just some heartless tech addict who just used you as a tool. I can't help but smile at that. She seems to take this as confirmation to unwrap the cell phone from its case. Oh, the camera resolution is a lot higher than my current phone. Why don't we take a photo together to try it out? A photo of the both of us? Camera shy, are we? Well, no, but... Misaki suddenly hooks her arm around my shoulder, pulling me close, very close. I feel my cheek press against hers as she positions the phone for a good shot. Say cheese! Unprepared, I'm temporarily blinded by the flash of light. It takes a moment before my vision comes back into focus. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the flash was on. At least he didn't blink. As she shows me the picture, I can't help but cringe. It's high resolution, alright. You can see every detail of my face as I awkwardly wince from the flash. Misaki, however, looks as perfect as ever. I guess she really is cut out for the modeling business, isn't she? Handing Misaki back her phone, my own phone suddenly trills in my pocket. Hey, where did you and Mickey run off to? Hello? Did you forget how to use your phone? I just reported the lost child to security. We'll be waiting near the food court whenever you show up. Who is it? Rui, she's wondering where we went. Oh, then let's not keep her waiting. Misaki takes my hand once more as we both make our way out of the expo. Yeah. When we meet back up with the group, it's apparent Rui isn't happy with me. She avoids eye contact, focusing her attention on the hot dog she's munching on. Hey. Look who decided to join us again. It's not like I was given much of a choice. I stare pointedly at Misaki, but she only grins. So, are you guys up to heading somewhere else? I have only one place left to go. Anywhere's fine with me, man, as long as it's fun. I shall leave the decision to you. You are the navigator of this expedition, Cap. Just lead the way and we shall follow, even in the depths of Hades. These names, though. The names of all these mythological beings. Rip. Okay then. I put out the map and give it another skim. I guess we'll take the Ferris wheel. With all the little cards very close to each other. Sorry about that. Sorry again. Okay. There's a Ferris wheel to our right. Basic, but huge, looming over the rest of the park. Heights, anyone? Heights is my middle name! No, it isn't. Either way, a Ferris wheel may be our best choice. It might calm some of us who are a little overexcited. She sends a significant glance at Akira, who is currently sprinting to and fro, wildly flapping her arms and snorting. I'm a dragon! I'm breathing fire! I'm flying! my gosh.
Maybe there has been too much excitement for the day. Everyone seems to look forward to taking a breather. Right. Ferris wheel it is. Rui clicks and growls a little at Akira, who clicks and growls back. Then, then, thankfully, we head to the Ferris wheel without any more anomalies. The cars are small, since the Ferris wheel is meant to fit as many of them as possible. They're only meant to fit 2 people. Oh no. I don't know if it's going to make me choose. Guess we're paired off. Rui colors slightly at this. Everyone seems to notice. I pretend not to.
I guess we are, huh? Hey! You and Cap should share a car! What did you say that? Well, you're a pair, why else? Akira!
Well, Rui, if you make it such a big deal.
Anyway, I'm going with Masato!
She shoots a very significant look at the rest of the group.
Oh, of course. Misaki, shall we? I believe we shall.
Then I'm with her?
Her name is Heidi, you know?
But I'd rather go with
Mm,
Harry it is!
so mean for Heidi.
What, do they think I'm blind?
Well, that's settled. It looks like you have no choice but to ride in the car together. Oh my goodness. Shipping your friends together like it's no business. Nobody's business, oh my gosh.
The others prance into their respective cars, leaving Rui and me in silence. That was quite possibly the most unsubtle way to get us together.
I guess we should board.
Yeah. Next time I see Akira, we're going to have a little chat. Rui and I slip into the next car, cozy blue box, with blue cushioned seats and blue doors and blue ceilings, dressed with white trim and white wood and white light. Rui eases comfortably into her seat, turning her head until she's staring out the window. After the attendant closes our door, the Ferris wheel begins to steadily chug upwards.
Yama?
The serious outline of her voice catches me off guard. I find myself curling my fingers into the cushion beneath me. What?
Mm. I'm really glad I met you.
My heart throbs unexpectedly against my ribcage. Nervousness? Shock? I immediately moved to distance myself from the alien emotion. Uh, I know. Who else would be a willing victim of our verbal abuse? Your verbal abuse.
Bruh! Not that, you know. I just... I feel like you don't hear it very often. I'm glad you're here, Yama. I'm glad I know you.
I hadn't known that it was possible to simultaneously feel intensely cold and intensely hot. Something about her words is very discomforting, even while I feel warmth creeping into my limbs. Uh, I guess that if I wasn't here, I couldn't be glad, so by default, I'm glad I'm here too. Stupid, stupid, stupid. What am I even saying?
Why do you always do that?
Do what?
Deflect attention off of yourself.
Because I'm not worth paying attention to. Because why would someone as bright and adorable and winning as Rui care for me after all these years? Why is she the one who's glad we're friends then when I'm the one who should be saying that then? 10, 50, 100 times over. I haven't done anything to her. Complained, whined, criticized, complained some more. Who'd really want that kind of friend?
I have fun when you're around. I like your bickering. I like watching your stupid competitions with Masato. Just be yourself, okay?
I should honestly admit to myself that I'm touched, but I'm far too awkward for that.
Well, you kinda did, just thinking that.
Well, I can't exactly be anyone else.
Gosh, you really love to kill the mood, don't you?
Well, it's better than killing other things.
Oh, Yama. You kill other things too. What?
Such as...
Brain cells.
It's so unexpected it makes me laugh. The atmosphere instantly relaxes at the sudden injection of snark. We fall into silence after that breeze of humor. Louis resumes staring out of the car and window. I glance around, searching for another topic. Scenery, boring. Weather, worse. Love life, bad idea. I only brush my hand against the window frame. It seems to breathe beneath my fingertips. See, that's an idea. I reach my arms until they're touching either side of the car. Returns to me, questions waiting on her brow.
What are you doing?
Earthquake! My voice slips out unusually high and childish as I shove my body to and fro. Our car immediately begins to swing, creaking methodically beneath my weight. Louis pales and clings to her cushion.
Don't do that, it's dangerous.
Stop that! Stop what?
You know, if you shake too much, we might fall.
fall? Like this? I feel crashing to her side, slamming into the car wall with more force than I probably should. Rui squeaks, instinctively reaching for me. Don't do that! It's dangerous! What's dangerous? This? I straighten and pretend I have to fall again, but Rui snatches my wrist and pulls me towards her. My momentum collapses against her. I'm barely able to catch myself against her seat. What are you doing, bro? For a long, long moment, we stay in silence. I'm looming over Rui, one hand curled on the seat by her head, the other instinctively clapped around her shoulder. Her face is unnaturally close. At this distance, I can feel her breath, short and warm, brushing against my cheek. Her eyes, amber, also warm. Her hair, the color of light fire, silky, warm. Everything about her, warmth, comfort. Are you starting to get feelings for everyone now? Warmth, comfort, love.
Yama?
Sorry. I finally come to my senses and plop back to my seat, staring very irresolutely out of the window. What the heck was I just doing? Rui. This is Rui. Rui Hayata, the girl who's in love with you. Get a grip on yourself. And now the silence is suffocating. So, we immediately pause, eyes cutting between the window and each other. You first.
No, it's okay.
I didn't have anything important to say.
Me neither.
Silence. Again.
Do you...
We stop again. Awkward. So awkward.
What were you gonna say?
It's just, do you, like trees?
What?
I feel the sudden impulse to bash my head into the window until it shatters. Trees? Really?
Sure, they're like normal trees, I guess.
Yeah, they are. We drift back into silence.
Mm, I have something to say.
Is she going to say what I think she's going to say? No. No, 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 no. I have a better idea.
You didn't even know what I was gonna say.
Still, it's a better idea.
Well, okay.
She seems genuinely annoyed, which catches me off guard. Shouldn't she be relieved? Relieved that she won't have to say anything embarrassing?
So, what's this better idea?
In hindsight, I really should have thought of something before claiming it, so... Not that I had the luxury anyway.
Oh, Yama. Well, I was gonna say that...
A simple, kind of crazy idea leaps into my head, and I go for it. Shh!
What now?
I immediately drop to the floor in an athletic crouch, pretending to search for something. Rui's face transforms as she curiously surveys my actions. After a few seconds of pausing, I pretend to yank something out from beneath the seat. Bugged. What? Why? Shh. Agent Hayata, don't make another move. I slowly peer out the window, silently praising myself for the diversion. Looks like Rui's forgotten about what she was gonna say. But just for good measure, I throw myself to the floor with a yell. Rui instinctively follows. They've got RPGs! Role-playing games? Oh my.
Houston, we have a problem!
I start shaking the box again as Rui imitates an explosion, tossing herself around.
Oof! Direct hit, Commander! Shields at 22%!
I'm a bit busy! I mime fighting some sort of alien and pretend to kick it out of the car.
They have enough space to do all these things, but they did not have enough space to sit more than 2 people. They have borders?
Looks like we're done for, Lieutenant. The only thing left to do. A silence falls between us as we understand the gravity of the situation.
Oh my. We must sacrifice.
Let's give him one heck of a show.
You got it, Commander.
With renewed enthusiasm, she whips about, slamming her hands against the cushions. The car shakes with enemy fire, but she retains her focus.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
The car screeches with speed as she hones in at the mothership, right at the weak point.
Stay on target!
Mister, it's time for you to disembark. We're abruptly yanked back into reality. Rui is leaning over the cushions, mashing her hands against imaginary controls, while I'm by the window fighting off non-existent borders. The flush of embarrassment that creeps up my neck is mimicked by Rui's hand.
Sorry, really sorry.
We creep out the car, feeling the attendant's eyes weigh heavily on our backs. I probably shouldn't have done that.
You know, you do little things that you probably shouldn't do.
There's a pun in there somewhere, but I can't find it.
We should ask Akira, she's a queen of puns.
We grin at each other. Like the pair of fools we are. We should meet up with the group.
Yeah.
Rui's gaze flits between me and the ground.
Yama?
It happens in one fluid motion. She steps forward, gently pinches the edge of my sleeve between her fingers, tiptoes up, and softly, hesitantly, places her lips against my cheek. Then, almost before I can register it, she retracts, cheeks flushing.
Thank you.
She turns and darts off to the rest of the group. For a moment, I can only stand there, mind completely blank, hand against my cheek. Why? Why would she do something like that? Why?
Hey, Cap! If you're done standing around like a goof, we're ready!
Uh, I force myself out of my stupor and amble over to the rest of the group, plastering a fake smile on my face. This first, think later.
I think we've done everything, dude. I think we've seen all the things that we had to see in this place. I can't see any other thing we can do here. Let me say here. Let's just do it again.
Where should we go next? Before I can decide on another attraction, a ringtone cuts through the silence. Masato sheepishly digs his phone out of his pocket. Uh, sorry, alarm. I check my own phone. 6 p.m. Technically, Masato's curfew. Thanks for the fun, guys, but I got a piece.
I've also some things to do, but this was remarkably fun. Thank you. You guys are leaving? But there's so many more adventures to be had!
Honestly, even I'm a bit worn out from all the excitement. I'm heading back too, but you guys should stay if you want.
Oh, I need to leave as well. Both of you? It's okay, Rui. We'll just have to make up for their ticket costs.
Surprisingly, Rui turns to Airi with a smile.
Wanna try the roller coaster over there? Okay.
We exchange quick farewells before Rui, Airi, Akira, and Yahiko race off to a serpentine roller coaster in the distance.
I hope they'll be okay. I don't want any of the friends we have to be one of the people to get to go missing, you know?
I split ways with the others at the academy dorms and head to my apartment. Walking along the streets is a cool reminder of the true state of life. Gone are the festive colors, energetic children, and high-cutting attractions at every corner. Instead, I'm surrounded by digital posters, newspapers, and the faraway whine of police sirens. Out of curiosity, I steal a glance at the digital newsstand. Mayor conference will reveal plan over national news network by next month. Plans, government, all useless. Technically, Isamu is only doing this well due to the efforts of local authority. But I can't trust anyone who's paid to make decisions for everyone other than themselves.
Excuse me, you're an academy student?
My attention immediately switches from the headlines to a police officer behind me. I immediately feel a thrill of adrenaline through my veins. Calm down, it's not like I've done anything wrong. Yes, sir. Where are you headed? Just passing through. He evaluates me for a moment with an unreadable expression. Come with me. We've got some questions we need to ask you. No. Bile rises to my throat. I struggle to force my mind into submission. Just follow him. Just follow him. Just. Oh gosh. Ugh. Where am I? Pulse racing, head spinning, deep breath. Freeze my limbs, close my eyes. He's got some trauma about that, but I don't know what. Right. Apartment sofa, shelves, plant, kitchen, television. This is my apartment. No threats, no problems, no people. I'm fine. Unhurt. I'm fine. After a few moments where I agonizingly train my system back into its ordinary physiological state, I check the time. 9 p.m. 3 hours gone. I suffocate the returning sense of panic riffling through my phone. No new messages, no phone calls, incoming or outgoing, no emails or new appointments. In other words, I have no idea of what I've been doing or who I was. Why is it back? It should be gone. I thought it was over. Or maybe he is the criminal and he doesn't remember. Stop. Calm down. First, my present state. No injuries. I'm full too, so I guess I ate dinner. I noticed a handful of textbooks strewn around the coffee table. Was I trying to study? They're definitely my textbooks. So, I'm fine. For the moment. Question is, what happened in the gap? I fumble over to the kitchen, digging my anxiety meds out of a cabinet. 5 years. 5 years since I've had to use these. Here I was thinking that I'd never need them again, allowing myself to forget. Silly me. My vision crosses for a moment as I gulp them down. Ugh, I'll never get used to that feeling. But thankfully, my pulse slows and my breathing evens out. I let my limbs sink into the sofa, staring idly at the ceiling. Right, I'm fine. Tears surge to my eyes, but they're purely chemical. A response to a fright, something that always plagues me after one of these lapses. I get hormonal like a teenage girl fresh out of a breakup, but it's just my brain lying to me. It likes to do that, my brain. It's a pathological liar. Nor does it stop at these random mood swings. Sometimes the world just seems so distant, shut away, like I'm standing at the edge of the universe. If I had to describe the feeling in a word, surreal. Like I have one foot in the wrong dimension. When I get like this, I have to fight against it. Remember that I'm here. Life's here. The world is here. And there are tastes and smells and sensations for a reason. But sometimes, there's just a tiny trickle of doubt in the back of my mind. Am I real? No, not that. Not exactly. Of course, I exist in the technical sense of the word, but rather, am I sensing everything correctly? If my brain is lying to me about my emotions, what's to say it's not lying to me about anything else?
Demon! Hello!
When you hear someone talk, you don't hear it how they deliver it. You hear it how you perceive it, regardless of what their intention is. The frightening, infamous words, I like you. You can be terrified, or you can be thrilled. You might even be a mixture of both. But the only thing that matters is how you take it, not how the other person said it. Maybe they wanted you to be happy, or guilty, or angry, but what they wanted doesn't necessarily carry across. It is the same for when you see something. Everyone looks at an advertisement a different way. Everyone takes fashion sense a different way.
Oh, you did it? You finished your run about all the anime characters? You can't just beat about anything, can you, demon?
Presenting a piece of contemporary art in front of a panel of critics will always gather a wide range of responses, so long as the audience is extensive enough. Nothing is absolute, everything is just how it's perceived. That's the that's what people like to say, in my opinion. That's the easy way out. But I think that there's something absolute somewhere. There are rules written in stone, or the essence of an object, something that's unchangeable and is there whether you like it or not. And yet, if there's something absolute, then some people in their perceptions are right and others are wrong. What if I'm wrong? What if everything I sense is a lie?
This guy's having some existential crisis. That's terrible. Well, I mean, no, you shouldn't try beating deities. That's not a good idea in general. Boop.
That's right. When lapses happen, I think too much. My former therapists like to say that I'm just trying to ground myself, re-solidify my values, remember who I am. All I really gather from that explanation is that my brain is a huge pain. Over emotional, overthinking, overbearing. Thankfully, I can already sense that I'm recovering. My heart rate is stabilizing, and my breathing is even. I vaguely remember little bits of advice from my therapist. Ground yourself with something physical. Identify your negative thoughts and replace them. Accept your anxiety.
You're going to try and do that? Really? Why? You don't have to prove anything. We all know you're very strong, you know? Because I don't have it. What? You don't need to do it. You don't need to. You don't need to.
It's a little alien coming back to the process after so many calm years, but I filter through it easily, like getting back on a bicycle after a hiatus. Good. Looks like the spell's cast. I'd better get to bed. Sleep is the fastest way to recover your memories. My memories. Welcome or unwelcome.
Should I have beat the heck out of them? You don't have to do that kind of thing. You don't have to hurt people. At least after offer them ice cream or something. Although if I was going to get beaten up, getting ice cream would not be very much of a comfort. Oh dear. Do you ever have nightmares or get just getting beaten up? I get them all the time. It's just super scary. Anyway, I digress.
For your cooperation, Mr. Ishimoto, would you like one of us to escort you back? I'm fine, thanks. Very well. Be sure to notify us immediately if you notice anything unusual. I will. What possessed me to buy so many groceries? Something doesn't taste right. How did Ree make it again?
You have control over your dreams and nightmares? Lucky you, I'm just a spectator of whatever is happening usually. But usually I can tell it is just a dream when it is. So even if it's scary or anything, I'm like, but this is a dream. It's going to be over. But I have to sit through it though.
Got stopped by the police.
What for? Public disturbance?
I was behaving myself, thank you very much.
Uh huh, sure.
They just asked me if I saw anything out of the ordinary at school.
What did you tell him?
I hadn't, but I'd keep an eye out.
Wow, such a tame response.
I listen to anyone who has the power to put me in jail.
Sure you do. Look,
What?
it's just, I'm not gonna be around all the time to watch out for you.
You don't need to.
No, like, I'm gonna be gone tomorrow, okay? For the morning.
What does that have to do with anything?
Just, don't be an idiot. Oh, wait. I guess that's impossible.
You're in a weird mood.
You're weird all the time. See ya. What the heck is that? What? Is she okay? Is everything fine? What's that about? They're in pain, so I'm going to give them a healing slap. Can it be anything else than a slap?
Bye? Time to rise and shine. Sleep is a marvelous thing. Everything looks brighter after a good night's rest. And sometimes, when you have random memory lapses, you get to recall events that you were once forced to forget. For example, the police investigation. Thankfully, it didn't look like anything unusual. I should have known that, honestly, since I didn't find myself in prison. Bought groceries, made dinner, called Rui, nothing out of the ordinary. The only potential lapse trigger was being approached by the police, but from the looks of it, I had nothing to worry about. So that leaves me with a typical relaxing Sunday with nothing to do. Good, I can deal with that. What's this? Yama. Yes, that's me. Crimson Crusade. Alumnipost.com. What the? Crimson Crusade? Who's that?
What is this weird email? Now they look very angry, ungrateful. Well, I wouldn't like it either, to be honest. I didn't even read the email. Some days I like to look at the sky and figure out what the weather will be like instead of reading the forecast. I'm usually wrong, but I like it because whatever the fluff it said. Like sharing a secret with Sky or something. I don't remember. I read it like to myself and didn't read it out loud. What do you like to do or something? I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I think you have the wrong address. I'm just about to stuff my phone in my pocket, but it immediately lights up again. Right, that's not sketchy at all. I don't think so. What's your name? My name is Guru Capolti, and I'm the beast mountain troll who dines upon the flesh of humanity. What the heck is this? This time, my phone remains silent for a while. Satisfied, I lower it. Really? Lol me troll. The heck? I see. Why do you own a smartphone? Are you discriminating against me just because I happen to be a mountain troll? And to answer your question, human service providers are much better than troll service providers. How do you deal with someone that wants to fight you? Ah. Usually people don't want to fight me, but if they do, I would get into the protect pose. You know what, the arms to cover my face? I would try to run away as well. And probably scream. I'm not exactly a brave person, especially not for myself. But yeah, the kind of person just get beaten up. What am I even seeing? Another email, yay! I can't take this person seriously anymore. I see, that makes sense. If that's the case, how has life been as a troll? I tossed my phone on the table without replying, cramming more cereal into my mouth. What a weird individual. Even if it was kind of fun that they played along. What is it now? What's Boss? Divine Master. I love how, yeah, sure. Ishiyama, television. Post haste. Intrigued, I switch the television on. I'm greeted with yet another lovely news report. Of course! Of course they disappeared. That's what the weird thing she said was about. Trustworthy sources have informed us that the student string of disappearances has increased to 3 innocent students. In this trying time, we must look into not only for assistance, but for the truth.
It is well known that the authorities have recently set their sights on demolishing the infamous forest of Hisamu. Curious, really, that this misfortune follows hot on the heels of the recent push of the Building Act. What are we talking about? Perhaps, in an odd way, the Isamu forest is simply fighting back. Immediately shut it off. Sorry, sensationalist news as usual. What did Shigure want me to see? That your friends disappeared, you weirdo! I don't see anything new. You never see anything at all. Look harder. This woman, what's up to? What's up with her? Bruh! We already know that there were 3 disappearances. Everything else is just hearsay. Okay, so not 3 new disappearances? I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, did they find did they find them? Did they find them in the forest? Did they find what remains of them in the forest? I won't be any more specific. The news can't know for sure that the Isamu forest has anything to do with the case. They're just scapegoating it as part of political movement. Unless Shigure is saying that the media's accusation is suspicious in and of itself. Maybe, yeah, that was kind of weird. But like, would they really have to do something with this? That's so weird. Well, maybe they're super corrupted or something. I don't know. Come to think of it, why would they be so quick to point fingers at an insignificant little forest? Of all things to blame. Trees? Maybe she wants me to investigate. Then again, I'd rather not go alone. Ree said she wouldn't be there this morning. Hey. I waited for a few minutes, but there's no response. Ah, right, she said she'd be gone this morning. But it's kind of past morning, isn't it? Bruh! She didn't say when she would be back. I check up on her social media. No checks in, no photos, no statuses. Not since last night at 11 p.m. After a curfew. Back at her dorm. Just like the other 3. So, I know I sound like a creep, but what are you doing? Still nothing. I struggle to quench the rising sense of panic as I turn to another source. Hey, have you seen Rui? Yeah? Where? Yesterday, dude. We were at the park, lol. I mean, after that. We went back to the dorms. So, you didn't see her? No. When did you last see her? Like 11:30 or something? Why? Nothing. Don't panic. You're overreacting. Keep calm. Akira! Akira would know. Akira's a roommate. Hey. Separoni, Commander? How goes the date? What are you talking about? The what? Huh? Ree said she was gonna meet up with you this morning. She did? Yeah, she seems super excited about it too. She was gone by the time I woke up. So, you guys having a great time? Wait. She doesn't know. No one knows. Rui.
Rui's been gone since 11:30 last night. Disappearances. Forest. I have to go now.
Oh my! This is taking a turn?
I tear out the door and pull up at the nearest bus stop, which just so happens to have a bus parked in front of it. I step to the opening doors, but just before I place a foot on the steps, the narrow entrance seems to squeeze at me from the sides. No, not now. I force myself forward. That is, I try to. My feet shuffle to a halt. The rumble of the bus's engine seems to spread through the pavement directly into my bones. Look, kid, are you getting on or not? I'm working on it. My response is just as snappish as his question. Why can't I just put one foot in front of the other? I have more important things to worry about. I need to get to that forest. I've got a route to take, so the doors are closing in. I suck in a deep breath, close my eyes, and throw myself into the bus, shakily pushing my phone against the toll scanner. I don't open them, even as I rush into the nearest seat, groping for a handhold.
You should have taken your medication or something.
The doors close and the bus rattles to life, charging down the street. I should be fine. No, I would be fine under ordinary circumstances. If I was with my friends, or if my nerves weren't on edge, or if I wasn't worried about the disappearances. No, there's no use for wishful thinking. I have to keep myself under control. I stagger into the forest when my mind is still spinning. The forest is blocking me in on every side as I thrust through the beaten overgrowth. I'd always thought that the government was exaggerating when they didn't want to demolish this place due to bad luck. But now that I'm actually in the midst of it, I can see where they're coming from. I'm not the superstitious type. Never have been, never will be. I take what I see and smell and feel with my own senses. Hearsay is secondary, emotions are untrustworthy. But there's nothing to rely on. Not out there, where everything is wild and flourishing, full of garish color and foreign textures. Some tree sap rubs off on the sleeve of my sweater. It slowly molds from red to green to blue and black and blue and back, like a chameleon made out of honey. That's not normal, is it? Guess I wouldn't know what's normal around here. It's not exactly a pace I would choose for a leisurely stroll. From the moment I entered this place, I was under the impression that I stepped into a world where the laws of physics were different. Gravity is heavier, the air is more resistant. Energy seems to sap away into nothingness in favor of being recycled. It's a ridiculous thought, my mind, which has had to cram an unfortunate number of facts about physics and geology and astronomy and biology, knows this. But why does such an irrational thought seem so appealing? The Hisamu Forest, a dense segment of arboreal terrain that's been untouched for decades. When Isamu was growing, the solution seemed obvious. Cut down a good part of it to allow room for new residential areas and corporate buildings. A rational idea, an agreeable idea. So they started demolition with a team built of ordinary, competent individuals, ready to do what they've been doing for years.
How did the weak little boy become a demon of power that can beat gods? I don't know how you did that. With determination? With hard work? With, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Anyone can become anything here as long as they're trying very hard, I suppose. And we all start as nothing, really.
Except when they entered the forest, everything went wrong. In the span of a single day, the group of demolition experts deteriorated into a ragtag bunch of fleeing victims, each claiming a story more ridiculous than the last. A went crazy. A went crazy and got rid of B. The bulldozers became possessed and started trashing the equipment. Aliens dropped down from UFOs and lasered the charges. The thing was this, only half of them had come back alive. Of those half, not one was declared sane. They were all sent to asylums. They were wasted away until their death. Where they wasted away until their death. It was the gossip of the town, the equivalent of an internet sensation. The Bermuda Triangle of Japan. What glorious entertainment. A lovely horror story to tell us at slumber parties. A stock moral warning for environmentalism.
I know how to say it in French. It's almost the same word, but English is hard.
A feast of fodder for the tinfoil hat conspiracists. After all, humans are endlessly fascinated by the misery of others. Over time, the thrill died down. Nothing out of the ordinary was captured on footage. People stopped visiting the area. The wrath of the forest was just another urban legend. But after I researched the event in middle school, after I found that it was a true story, it lurked consistently in the back of my mind. If something was just a group of trees, it couldn't hold that much power, could it? Shouldn't there have been at least one rational soul, someone with better grip on reality? The only answer to that question is if there really was no way to withstand insanity. Whatever happened those decades ago? It drove 100% of a large group out of their minds. That's a definite success rate. What's to say it won't do the same here and now? I stumble around the broad trunk of a towering tree, my eyes rowing through the gnarled basket weave of spindle branches. I don't even know what I'm reading anymore. What am I looking for? Wait. What am I even doing? Why am I even here? I take a moment to close my eyes. Deep breath. Ground myself. What am I feeling? What am I smelling? What's that? I pause abruptly, scared to take another breath. Now I'm just being stupid. So I breathe deeply. The air is warm and thick, sliding down my throat with a mixed taste of chocolate and iron. Huh? Why does it smell like that? It leaves a sweet residue on the back of my tongue. Trapped. It's the first word that comes to my mind, extracting a reflexive, reflexive stab of panic. You're trapped. My fingers tremble as I reach out of the trunk to steady myself, but they only land on some sticky, milky substance. I quickly pull away, but the tree emits a sickly slurp. Nothing to hold on to. No, I've got to keep calm. I've got to think. Someone. Someone's depending on me. Who? Who's depending on? Shigure? Shigure wants me to. No, wait. Someone needs my help. Someone. Rui! Rui has been gone since last year? No, yesterday. Yesterday. Rui was gone, and today, Rui was gone, and she might be gone forever. You're alone. I roughly shake my head to dispel the fog in my mind. Rui's depending on me. If Rui was kidnapped, would she even be in the Isamu forest? Why am I... Oh, Shigure's task, to investigate the forest? Everything's mixing up in my head. Shigure, kidnapping, Rui, forest. My foot suddenly collapses on something solid. It crunches beneath my feet, and a sweet vapor wasps, wafts, I don't know, to my nostrils. I sluggishly turn my gaze underfoot, lifting my shoe. What the heck? What was that? This is just kind of red. Was it? Bones. Rui's bones. Stabbed into the ground like incense at a funeral. Why would it be Rui? It's already bones. She was gone last night. Last night. She can be bones. They open their mouths. They start laughing. Their crackles grate at my eardrums, freezing my veins from the inside out. Late, late, late! No. I stomp at the bones. They fragment to pieces beneath my feet. The scent only intensifies until it clogs my nostrils. Maybe you shouldn't be breathing that. Whatever it is that smells sweet like this. There's some sort of gas making people crazy in here or something. I don't know. I'm not late. The bones melt, twinning and steaming into the earth, a black pool immersed in caramel. They're gone. I'm free. I'm gone. It's okay. The pool congeals into a humanoid figure and sludges over my shoe, dripping Kool-Aid against my legs. We'll be fine. No. No, 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 no. Dang it! I blindly reach into the pool, flinging my arms, tearing it apart. It burns my hands into crumbling residue, but I continue to stubbornly wrench at it. It's okay. Get out! Finally, the pool shreds into bits, merging along my arms. My hands rematerialize. The fingers are stained with red. No. We'll be fine. No! I shake my hands rapidly, but the liquid stubbornly clings to my nails. I rub them against the grass, but even as the ground stabs into my fingers, the crimson refuses to budge.
What's wrong?
Shut up! Shut up!
You're too late.
Not late, I'm not. I'm not! I can't handle this, not anymore! I sink to the ground, overwhelmed with darkness. Bones dance before my eyes. Hey! I jerk up, vision eerily clear, still shaking uncontrollably, with my mind blurry. No red, no bones, no pool. Just what? What just happened? What are you doing here? I jump at the sharp voice, which is coming from a stern policeman standing a few meters away. My first reaction is relief. Another human being. No, more than that, a police officer, someone who can get me out of here. Then I notice that his fingers are gliding over the electric baton at his waist. I quickly raise my hands, trying to pull myself together. Isamu citizen, Yama Ishimoto. ID. It takes me a moment to recollect the digits through the haze of my thoughts. 532 4895 643 643. I mean 532 4895 634. Oh my. Okay.
Hello, Cobot!
The man pauses, eyes rowing across the inside of his site code, probably matching my name and image to the Isamu database. I managed to catch a glimpse of the badge pinned to his chest, which bears Police Captain Katsu Kobayashi in bold, clear-cut letters. Police captain? Here? Why is a police captain in the forest? You're an academy student. His sudden prompt snaps me back to reality. Yes. What are you doing here? I would speak past the lump in my throat. I'm looking for a friend. His eyes clearly darken in suspicion. In the Isamu forest? Yes. I want to bite back, to say something sarcastic, but I'm barely capable of registering sound, much less supplying witty repartee.
I'm doing good. The story is taking a turn.
Katsu taps at his site code, turning to speak to someone over intercom. Yeah, kid, academy student. 532 489 5634. Non-hostile so far. Understood.
Your first time turning into this game? Basically what's going on is there have been a bunch of disappearances, okay, among the students of some school called the Academy in this place that's called Hisamu. It's some sort of imaginary place in Japan that became independent of Japan in the story. But yeah, students from the same school as the main character went missing, and there was this woman, Shigure, that hired the main character to help them investigate because Shigure is a detective. Okay, so we've been investigating the disappearances. We figured out that the students reside on the school campus and go missing after the curfew. Because there's a curfew, they have to be home by then. And they disappear after the curfew. But they went home before they disappeared, so this is very weird. And my best friend, childhood friend in the game, went missing last night. So I was looking for her. I kind of had a sense that the missing people could be in the forest. So I'm in the forest. That's basically it. And the stakes are high because my best friend, childhood friend, Rui, I think main character likes her, but he does not want to allow himself to like her. But I am pretty sure he does like her, like in a romantic way. He does not want to, but he's got the feels for her, so he really does not want to lose her at all. Best friend, childhood friend, maybe more than friend. The stakes are very high right now. So he got himself into the forest and lost contact with reality. He panicked so hard. And now there's this guy who's here. He whips back to me, hand still hovering over his baton. I instinctively shrink backward, trying to stay coherent. What's your friend's name? Name? Oh, Shiure. No, that's not who you're looking for. Shigure Enomoto? No, Rui Hayata. What's wrong with me? Rui, she's been missing since yesterday night. 11:30 p.m. I saw the news and I thought... Everything coming out of my mouth sounds tilted and contrived. My hands are shaking on the top of my head. There might be ghosts on the loose, I don't know. How do you know Shigure Enomoto? I don't. I do. I know her. Yes, so I gathered. How? Case witness something. He touches the tip of his side code, then frowns. You are not listed as a witness for any cases within the past 5 years, much less under Shigure Enomoto. Panic bubbles in my stomach and out of my mouth. Assistant! I'm her assistant! You can ask her. What business would Enomoto have with Isamu Forest? I don't know. Just stop it all. Look, Yamai Shimoto, I'm not sure you're aware of your position. Given the circumstances of this morning, you are currently our primary suspect. I'm what? What?
He snorts in disbelief but pauses, his attention suddenly turning to his side code. Superintendent, I believe that unverified, hence my suspicions. Remarkable. Understood, sir. He looks to me, eyebrows set in clear distrust.
Yes. Did he hurt his hand? I've been wondering that the whole time. Like, why is he hurt holding his wrist? What the heck is this pause?
Enomoto has substantiated your claim. You are cleared.
Thank goodness. For a moment, I feared that it was the detective all along. And that, like, she had made you the scapegoat.
Regardless, you must vacate the premises. My head is still spinning. There's so little that I understand. Primary suspect? This morning? Vacate the premises? What's going on? Simply put, you are standing in the midst of a crime scene. Without clearance, so get out. My body acts before my mind does. I instinctively rush away without a word, walking on autopilot. Crime scene? The forest was a crime scene? And I was in the middle of it? Did they find the body? Are the disappearances actually more than that? It's only when I turn to the city that I come to my senses. Rui's still missing. Furthermore, I didn't even learn anything useful from the Isamu forest. Nothing close to what Shigure insinuated I might learn. If anything, I just made myself a top suspect on the police's list. And what the heck did I experience in that forest? It wasn't a lapse. In fact, I'd never come across something like that before. The closest thing to which I might link in it is being high or drunk, but I don't have a proper frame of reference for that either. So what could have caused it? Aside from that, there's something far more important. Rui's absence. Could she really have been kidnapped? Could she be dead? And I wouldn't even know about it? Fragments of my vision in the forest return to me, but I shake them away. No, she has to be fine. I jump as my phone suddenly trills. Despite my calm process of thought, it seems like I'm still on edge.
Oh my goodness. Top of the morning, Commander! Reese just returned to home base. Thought you'd like to know.
Rui's fine. No disappearances, no kidnappings. Nobody's hurt. Well, that wasn't anticlimactic. Still, where has she been? Why didn't she tell me that she was okay?
Hey. You bet she's behind all this? She would be my least suspected person in the entire thing, but maybe she is. Who knows? Hey.
Oh, it's me. Hey.
What's up with all the spam? I told you I'd be gone all morning.
Anger burns through my veins as I jam my phone in my pocket. Spam? Does she know what I've gone through this morning? One little text, that's all I needed. I'm fine, I'm okay. Heck, even go back to sleep, Yama. No, it's not her fault. She did say she would be gone all morning. Dang, I'm a wreck. Now what? Pinged. Isamu Imperial boarding at the Academy rooftop. A location ping from Miki? Did we arrange something? I don't recall any recent conversations with her. Ah, that must be the explanation.
Sorry, that was meant for Yahiko.
So it was just a mistake. Wait a minute, Yahiko? Why is she meeting Yahiko on the school rooftop?
I mean, you know... She's the only girl who did not absolutely reject the fluff out of this guy.
No way. It can't be. They've only known each other for like, what, 4 days? And Misaki. Misaki has more common sense than that. I need to get to that rooftop.
Oh my goodness, dude! Get a hold of yourself. You have better things to do than that. Oh my gosh.
A swipe at the entrance gate, and a hurried sprint later, I break onto the roof, bracing myself for horror. Instead, I find, well, not a confession scene. Thank goodness. A mass of people are scattered about. Some are donned in festive clothing, while others are clad in black jackets, emblazoned with crew on the back. Among them, a stocky man yells through a large megaphone. Hey, the food candles are too high! Get me a scrim! And you, where the heck are you putting that sandbag? It's a C-stand, you idiot! Put it on the other leg! Sorry, director? Shizune, where the heck is your kimono? I need you fitted right now! Is this a film set? Why are they shooting here on the school's rooftop of all places?
Are they going to make a very special episode of Government Maker with, like, professional stuff?
Intrigued, I decide to take a closer look. Judging by their setup, it seems like they're trying to replicate a festival. Booths are lined straight down the pathway. A number of people, mostly women of varying ages, mingle amongst each other dressed in traditional kimonos.
You like this voice? I'm trying so hard. There are so many characters, and they never stay for more than like one scene, except the main cast. It's just confusing.
A brilliant flash of bright purple catches my eye in the sea of dull colors. From this distance, she almost looks like...
Diffuser set, sir.
Right, everyone take your position. Camera.
Filling.
Sound.
Speeding.
Slate.
Kazehaya, scene 1. Yamaku, take 1. Marker.
Action.
I don't know what's going on.
Cameras focus on the girl dressed in purple. As the group of girls around her chat animatedly, she remains disconnected from the conversation. Her head is lowered as they drift from booth to booth. Perfect! The crew relaxes into quiet murmurs as the director reviews the footage. I stride closer to the set for a better view. It's Misaki. It's actually Misaki. However, as soon as I blink, she disappears among the sea of actors and crew members. It all happens so quickly, I wonder if I merely saw an illusion. Where's Kusunoki?
She's a movie star now. She was already like a model. So it's not too far-fetched. I know people who are actors and models at the same time, so I suppose that makes sense. Yes, I know a weird range of people before you ask. We haven't been able to contact him for a while, sir.
What do you mean, haven't been able to contact him? He's the other talent! His manager is not picking up! I need Kusunoki for the next shot! Get me Kusunoki!
Yes, sir! Yama? Ah, it's her. Yama? That's not her voice, I'm sorry.
I almost jump at the sudden voice behind my ear. Misaki is holding a bottle of water, her eyes wide in surprise. This is no illusion. For a moment, my mouth runs dry at just how stunning she looks. You look nice. Fantastic, the paradigm of verbal eloquence, right here.
Thank you. What are you doing here?
Huh? Here? Where? Where oh. Yeah, about that. It's not like I can just say that I thought she was confessing to Yahiko. Where's Yahiko?
I don't know. I texted him a while ago, but it doesn't seem like he's coming. I mentioned that he wanted to become a model, so I thought he would be. He mentioned he wanted to become a model, so I thought he would be interested in watching a film shoot. I can't read.
Oh, well, that's really thoughtful of her. It makes me wonder how big Misaki is. It's not like she gets recognized on the street or swarmed by hordes of fans. But small timers don't just pick up TV commercials, do they? Uh-oh. Hey you, boy! A crew member runs up to me, then stoops over, clearly out of breath.
Yahiko, that was your moment to be here. What are you doing? They're going to steal your thing. No!
You wanna be a star? Do I what? He claps his hands together, bowing pleadingly. Please, I'm begging you. My job is riding on this one. We can't contact our actor, and we need to shoot this scene during noon. Or our permit ends today, so we can shoot tomorrow. If I can find someone, the director he'll... Misaki, is this guy for real?
He seems pretty serious.
Please, you look photogenic and charismatic, and your proportions look identical to Kusunoki's. Besides, it seems like you know Kazehaya, so there'll probably be chemistry and rapport. He's making this incredibly ridiculous suggestion sound like a logical solution.
If you ask me, I say you should try it. You were always good at acting, weren't you?
It's not like I'm a professional, Mickey. I like role playing.
Come on, it'll be fun.
I don't know. Should I really?
Oh no! What do I do? Do I accept or do I try to get a hold of my friend? Like, quick, be here right now! It's your chance! What do I do? What if he doesn't pick up if I try to reach him? What happens? What do I do? What do I do? Oh no! What should I do? Oh there! Ow, my hair. I'm putting my hair. Okay. Oh no. Take the chance. Okay. Smelling is marvelous. I'm sorry, Yahiko. I'm sorry.
Now that I think about it, I guess it would be a change of pace from the incident this morning. Fine. The crew member claps his hands together, jumping up and down. Even Misaki looks surprised. I guess she was expecting me to come up with some excuse. You will! Yeah, why not? Okay, great! Here's an actor release form. A health waiver form, a temporary contract, a call sheet, a minor release form, the workers' compensation policy, emergency information. Sign all the lines here and we'll fill out the rest when you're done. What the? Is there really this much paperwork with one simple film shoot? Okay. Okay, get into that tent. Makeup and wardrobe will have you groomed and ready to go in no time.
Okay.
Before I had the chance to understand what is going on, I'm being shoved into a large plastic tent. There are brushes, creams, and gels in a bunch of colors that I can't even begin to describe. My hair and skin is being pulled is being pulled every which way. Do people actually do this for fun?
I don't know, maybe. This picture of her looks weird. Her face looks so long. Her eyes are too high up on her face. I guess that they're trying to make her look like she's looking up, but in that case, you should have to, you know, I don't know. It's hard to draw someone looking up, I suppose. You need to change the shape of the face. Not change the place where you put things in the face. At least I would say. What does it look like when I look up? But, you know, drawing is hard.
When I'm finally out of the hectic buzz of activity, a crew member takes me beneath the wide spread of a dark umbrella where Misaki is casually sitting on a tall, backed stool, immersed in her phone. Blah, 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 blah. I can read. I always thought she was beautiful, but in this pose, one leg crossed, elbows tucked in, chin tilted ever so slightly, she looks like a legitimate model.
She is a legitimate model. Just make it so only your eyes go up when you look up. You mean like I need to look up like this? Yeah. That hurts my brain. I get these weird headaches when I look too hard in a direction that's not in front of me. I don't know why. It doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes I can do that, but sometimes it gives me headaches. if it even works. It just made me look like I was frowning. No, like your eyes move into your hair. I don't know how to do that.
I shift my eyes elsewhere, clearing my throat. So, 1 second. She taps away on her phone in stoic silence. What's the urgency?
I'm updating my status.
What?
Patzers, social media, microblogging.
Her responses are terse as she burned off her attention.
I'm going to read that again because I can't understand a word of what I just said.
Her response are terse as the burnt of her attention is honed on her phone. She doesn't even spare me a glance. I still don't get why.
Shh, this is important.
I promptly snatch her phone out of her hand. She squeaks in indignation, grabbing for it.
Yama, stop!
She suddenly halts, staring blankly at me for a moment.
Oh.
What?
You should dress up more often.
Which means...
You would be popular with the ladies if you did. He's already so interested in all the girls who are crushing on him. I mean, he's not uninterested, but he's uninterested in dating. He's interested in the people, but he's uninterested in dating at all. Because he thinks he's not deserving of being loved. So even if he likes somebody, he just doesn't do anything about it.
I can't help but feel a hint of pleasure at her compliment. But what does that have anything to do with the current matter? Why are you always on your phone?
Oh, my phone! Dang. I mean, that's what the entire story has been like so far. Like, he has at least 2 girls clearly into him, that he's aware of it. He knows that they are crushing on him, and he pretends he does not realize it. He has no reason not to like them. Even sometimes he gets special moments, scenes with them, and he's like, whoa, okay, I'm feeling something. But he does not want to act upon his feelings at all, and he does not want to let them confess to him, because like, I'll have to reject them because I'm not good enough for them. Whatever kind of reasoning is that? Every time. So I'm not making up anything. This is just how the game is written. That's how he is. This the guy right there. My phone! Give it back!
You didn't answer my question.
I'm warning you, Yama. Give me my phone, or else.
I smirk, challengingly waving her cell in my hair in the air. Or else what? Misaki makes a sudden lunge for her phone, but before I have the chance to sidestep her, she grabs my wrist in an attempt to pry it out of my hand. She's really addicted to her phone.
Yes? Wait. Sorry, I'm talking to my mom. When your crush tells you she likes you, but you don't date girls with bad taste. Oh no! I don't really know how to feel about that because I don't really get confessed to typically, you know. I suppose someone who would like me would also have bad taste. Oh dear. But in a way, if somebody does like me, even if they do have strange taste, who am I to judge? Hey, if the person I liked me too, then I would be happy probably. I would not understand how that's happening or why, but I would give it a shot. Maybe they teach me to see a side of me I'd never noticed, something that I would like. If they like it, there's something. There has to be something to like about it, right? And if they do like it, they'll show me what to like. Maybe they're also struggling figuring out what to like about themselves. Most people don't like themselves as much as they pretend they do. Hmm. Mm. You don't like yourself at all either? Welcome to the club. That's very lame. I don't think you're bad though. I mean, I know I just know you from a person in the chat, but you're nice. And that matters a whole lot, you know? There are some people who are just, you just can't deal with them at all. They're terrible from the get-go. These are the kind of people that nobody should waste their time with trying to befriend them or date them or anything. They're kind of the wordless ones out there. That was a very weird compliment. It's, you know, it's like I say, you're the most wonderful person I've ever met because, you know, we don't know each other that much. But I think you're worth being loved. Hmm. I see her eyes widen as she slips on the length of a kimono. The momentum sends her falling straight into me, and we both spiral to the ground. Ow, my back! I don't think you're bad either. You're cute and fun to chat with. Thank you! That's very nice! See? You're a kind person. Now, look what you did! Look what I did? You're the one who... I stop short, finally noticing our close proximity. The length of her soft hair brushes over my face, and I find myself turning my head to cover the flush of my cheeks. Misaki, however, uses my moment of fluster as an
an opportunity to pin my arms against the floor. What are you doing?
You have to pay the consequences for taking my phone.
If I recall, I gave you this phone after I won it at the expo.
You wouldn't have won it if I didn't force you to go. Yeah, the word force here is very important.
She got me there. Well, whatever. You still didn't answer my question from before, you know.
That's not the question. Whether this should have dressed you in a kimono for the shoot? Yes, this should have.
That's not what I asked! She giggles, and despite my slight annoyance, I can't help but chuckle myself.
Yama, do you honestly want to know why I'm always on my phone?
I stop at the sudden tilt in Misaki's voice. I didn't think she'd be this troubled by such a simple question. Isn't it because you're an addict?
No! I mean, partly, but that's not what I'm getting at. What the heck?
Then what are you getting at?
Do you remember my father, Yama?
June? Yeah, I remember him.
There was something he told Rui during the New Year party, after she accidentally burnt him with the sparkler. Do you remember that?
Of course, she was bawling her eyes out for hurting him. Typical Rui.
Clearly, he was in pain, but he just left it out. Left it out. Oh my gosh, I can't. But he just left it off and told her not to cry. Let it at least be a cool scar for him to remember her by. When I left Seto, I realized I didn't have anything to remember you and Rui. No pictures, no keepsakes, not even a cool scar.
She loosens her grip on my wrist and gingerly plucks her phone from my hand. She brings up her screen to my eyes. Her pattern status reads, "Well, Yama appears. Glad he's helped with the shoot. Look how excited he is, XD." Attached to her status is a photo of me being dragged into the tent by one of the crew members. And just like the last photo she took of me at the Tech Expo, my face is twisted awkwardly here too.
I figured this would be a good way to remember our time together. Oh, yes, when I took a Rui from yesterday.
I smile bitterly as she scrolls to another photo. You see Misaki so concerned about forgetting Rui and I. It's clear she never wanted to leave Seto. Yet, all we could ever think about was how it affected us. Just how selfish are we? How selfish was I? Misaki,
She only gets the goofy pics. Yeah. You know what? Pretty people always do that. They take pictures of themselves with their friends. They always look amazing in the pictures. But their friends always look ridiculous on the pictures. It looks like they're looking for the worst angles possible. Like, what the heck is this picture? Why do I look so distorted? How could you make this happen? How, friend? How? Why do you do this to me? Friend just looking at this picture and being like, ah, yes, this is precious. I have memories of you. And you're like, I look like a fool. Dear. It's a skill. So, your Kusunoki substitute? The scene director suddenly interrupts, towering above us with an amused grin. Oh my gosh. And here I was worried that you two wouldn't have chemistry. We're starting soon, so you might want to cut your makeout session short. Wait, we're not... Here's a script. Memorize it quick, Ishimoto. You have 5 minutes. Before I have the chance to clear up his misunderstanding, he drops the script next to us and marches off. Looks like we have work to do, Ishimoto. Seems so, Kazehaya. Shall we? We shall. Once you get off of me. Oh, right! Misaki quickly unmounts me and dusts off her kimono. I hurriedly glance over the script as the reactor continues barking orders at the rest of the crew. From what I can gather, the commercial is advertising a line of kimonos. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Apparently, they're trying to emphasize the fact that their dresses are more vibrant and unique compared to others by having the main lead, Ryu, spot his close friend, Reika, in a large festival. It seems the two friends are at odds after Ryu discovered Reika would be moving away the next day. The scene highlights his apology for being angry at her, and then they... Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Ishimoto! I jumped at the sudden call of my name. I need you and Kazehaya to take your places! Oh crap, I haven't finished reading the whole script yet, much less had the chance to memorize the lines. Just, wing it. Before I can react, we're both already being ushered into position by the crew member. Are they supposed to kiss or something? Oh no! What a weird commercial. In Japan standards, it's very normal actually. Have you ever seen a Japanese commercial? This was super weird all the time. I can't speak anymore. Okay, quiet on set. Camera. Mom's doing some ice or something. Rolling. Sound. Spinning. Slate. Kazehaya and Ishimoto, scene 2. Yamaku, take 1, marker. Action! Oof. Yeah, like the long man commercials. I don't even know. I don't even know. And somehow I'm sure it's the typical weird Japanese thing. My food is ready. Should I end the stream now? I think we're not getting close to the end of the game. But if you'd like, I can continue after or something or do something else. Apparently, I have all night. But I could rest my voice a little playing something else. At least I'm going to save here. Boop. Yes. Yes. Sure. Hmm. Mm. Food! It's the first time I eat today. At 3:40 a.m. First time I eat since yesterday. I did not have breakfast. I did not have lunch. This is my dinner. I was hungry. Hmm. Hmm. That was a weird day again. Hmm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, you're going to sleep? Alright. Mm. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Sometimes I couldn't reply very much, I think, because I was in the middle of playing. And I have to be speaking all the time with this game. But I'm glad we got to chat. Mm. So I'm going to end the stream. And then I'll head to Stardew Valley, finishing the season I haven't finished. Because I didn't do that yet. Mm. Thank you, Demon. And thank you, Colbot, for watching and hanging out with me. Um, Thank you to anyone else who might have watched this or might watch this later. I had a lot of fun, so I hope you had too. And I hope I get to see you again another time. Bye bye.